On this week's episode,
and I thought I flushed it, but evidently I didn't. So I walk out of the stall, guy walks in, and I heard, "Oh, that's just great." And I was like, "Sorry." He's like, "Learn how to fucking flush." And I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm sorry.
It's Ineffably Sublime Podcasts with Mitch and Deej.
get yourself together, knobs. It's time for another episode of Ineffably Sublime. You know me.
You're Deep.
I'm Deep Pendleton. And with me, as always, is Mig Snugamble. What's going on, Mig?
Not much. I wanted to call you, what was the nickname? Fuck, I just had the nickname. Oh, it was going to be Deefaroni.
Deefaroni, oh, I like
Deefaroni. Deefaroni, Pennsylvania is going to be your new name. Yeah. Yeah. I saw at Dollar General there was beefaroni there. There was like 2 cans for $1. And I was like, Deefaroni.
Deefaroni, that's fucking awesome.
Speaking of that, I mean, I'm already gonna just go right into it. So autumn, and I think you did mention this a while back. Autumn. Okay, so I'll backtrack. I said we needed mac and cheese. Autumn did an order. Okay. I went into the cupboard, and in the cupboard was a box of Stouffer's mac and cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think you've talked about this before. I had never seen it, with my bare eyes.
You got human eyes.
And well, no, these were bare eyes. I was so shocked. Because I've only ever seen, just your regular mac and cheese that's in the freezer that you put in the oven, or, you can microwave it if you want.
They call it frozen mac and cheese.
Yeah. That's why it's in the freezer, right?
Yeah.
So I think today, I was going to do it last night. I took a picture of it and I was going to send it to you guys. And I was like, no, I'm not going to. I figured this was very show worthy, but it's not only is it, I mean, it's just, it's blowing my mind. No, not really blowing it, but it's called Stouffer's Supreme Shells and Cheese. It's a 3-cheese Stouffer's, which is just boggling my mind because I thought in the mac and cheese game, Stouffer's was just regular, your plain Jane mac and cheese. And I was sadly mistaken. So this is shell pasta, and it's got Wisconsin white cheddar, Gouda, and Parmesan are the 3 cheeses that are going to be in this. I don't know what a Gouda is.
I don't think it's all right. It's like Gouda is, I've been long known to bitch about Gouda because it is just severely underwhelming as a cheese.
Oh, well then that's right up my alley.
But and the mac and cheese, it's more there for what it does to the dish.
Oh, okay. I'm very excited to try it.
It is, Gouda's just, I forget what. It's really relatively tasteless.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's very creamy.
Oh, ooh.
I think creamy. That's what it's there for.
Okay, the cream.
The cream aspect. People will often smoke Gouda, and to me, it just tastes like smoke.
Smoked cheese is the worst.
I love smoke, like a good smoked cheddar.
No,
it's delicious. Or a smoked provolone, awesome. But
no,
I don't know, man.
No,
something about smoked Gouda is just not great.
Autumn's dad brought smoked cheese in here one time. It stunk the house for days. I took one bite and I think I had like instant heartburn.
Really?
Yeah, went right. I mean, just acid all through me. I could not do it.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
It definitely isn't, because it's not for me.
It's funny because I've like. Do you like horseradish?
Oh, do you think I like horseradish?
I'm going to say yes.
No. You're adorable. I love you. No, horseradish is crap. I'm the only. Horseradish is considered a condiment, right?
Define condiment.
Something you
I'm
put on
kidding.
something.
That's a
I mean, you
whole other
don't-
debate.
You don't. I mean, it's something you put on. You don't just open up a can and eat horseradish, right?
Right. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So then that makes it a condiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It sounds gross, and
Now,
it looks even grosser. No.
I put lemon juice on things. I also put lemon juice into water and add sugar and turn it into a drink, but I wouldn't do the same thing with ketchup.
Oh God, no. No, you leave ketchup alone.
You see what I'm saying? though? It's like condiment is divisive.
In the world of beef, yes, it is. It
Well,
is divisive.
long
But
story short,
Yeah. Well, too late for that.
short story long.
There we go.
I I smoked some cheese one time and I thought it was so good. And I brought it into work and I gave some to Dick Douche.
Yeah.
And he took one bite of it. It was like, oh, this tastes like horseradish.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, maybe I like horseradish.
Yeah.
But I've never had horseradish ever.
Oh,
since.
you've never even tried horseradish.
Only by way of my smoked cheese.
That one person thinks it tastes like that. Okay. Gotcha. I don't even know what is in horseradish. I'm assuming it's, I don't know.
I don't
there
know
a
why
radish in it.
Why is it called that?
Yeah. Like, are there radishes in it?
I wish I knew the answer to that.
Yeah.
Our
All I know is
producer.
it's kind of green, isn't it?
No.
It isn't? Oh, okay. Well, I still don't like it. I don't care what. Let's see. Horseradish is there's horseradish roots you can get on Amazon for $15. Oh, well, right there, right? It's going to lose me right there in the description. Horseradish is a pungent condiment and root vegetable derived from the Armorachia rusticana plant, a member of the mustard family.
Oh, no wonder I don't like it.
So the condiment is typically made from grated horseradish root mixed with vinegar, sugar, and salt. It's often served with meat, chicken, seafood, and in sandwiches, and can add intense flavor to sauces and cocktails. Yeah, it just looks like a root, like an actual horseradish. Like if you're out pulling like plant roots, that's what it looks like.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, horseradish is not green. What the hell's the condiment that's green?
A relish.
Oh, maybe that's why. I guess I was getting this confused. Yeah, I was thinking relish. I mean, relish is still gross too. But there's you can get for $2.84 at Walmart. There's prepared horseradish. It's already all grated up and everything. You can shake
it's ready,
it on
ready to rock for you.
They also have a good 4-ounce jar of Engelhofer extra hot horseradish. If you want that, yeah.
What a riveting start to this episode we got going on here.
Hell yeah, talking about Stouffer's mac and cheese. I'm very excited to try it.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a summertime. It's summertime.
Yes. I mean, it's not technically, the gods don't say it's summertime yet.
Not for we're a couple weeks away.
Yeah, but it's close enough. I say it is summer. I agree.
Yeah, we're a bee's dick away from summer, right? Bees are out, the dicks are out.
I wouldn't go that short.
Maybe you go shorter. Maybe
like
shorter than that.
No, longer. No, I'd go longer. It's longer than that. Yeah. Beaver.
Beaver.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Not a bee's dick, but a beaver's dick. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of that being slang for the other genitalia. I was like, what?
Oh, okay.
That's less.
that was weird. So here's another. It is summertime. So, we're not gonna get to our subject yet, but I am drinking. This is another thing that Autumn got Izzy, but I have now been hijacking some of these. It's these Alani drinks.
Okay.
And I don't know if we talked about this last week about me starting to drink these a little bit, not too much.
Right.
But the one I am drinking today, right now, it's cherry slush. And holy balls, is it good.
Oh, yeah, you said it was good.
Did I say it was cherry last? Was it cherry was the last one I said was good?
I mean, you didn't bring it up on the show.
Because I tried one last week.
But you talked about it in person.
Okay. I said I can never. This is why I hate talking to you at work, because I don't know when I talk what is show talk and what is work talk.
Well, we can't just not talk to each other at work. It's how the show was born.
Yeah, it was born this way. But I don't know. But now we're getting so many episodes in. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. I just feel like I don't want to retell stories. But then again, I don't give a shit. You have to hear my story again. I don't care.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
ask me if I give a shit.
Oh, sorry. It does make you very belchy. But man, I highly well, I wouldn't say highly recommend Alani, but it's up there, man. It is up there.
I mean, I don't do energy drinks anymore, but
yeah,
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, like I said, it's nothing that I'm going to drink like routinely. Now, with this being our second day off, my sleep schedule's all wonky anyway. I've been up since 4 a.m. So I kind of felt like I was starting to, like crash a little bit here right before we hopped on. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I told Izzy I was going
to
to
steal. What time did you get up?
4. I've been up since 4.
Damn.
Dude, yeah. Why? Because I just get up and then I'm up.
Huh.
Yeah.
What time did you go to bed?
Oh, it was 12:30. 1.
Holy fuck, dude. That's wild. 3 hours.
Wild. Yeah, I'm probably about 3. Yeah, maybe 4. Yeah. Yeah, there's probably going to be I don't want to nap, but I'm going to have to nap. I always end up napping on the Tuesdays that we're off.
Do you aim for some kind of time frame
to nap?
When you nap? Yeah.
No, I just let the body tells me, and then I do my best to oblige to my body.
Really? Have you ever heard of the now maybe did I learn this from Seinfeld? But like there are certain levels of nap you can take. In order. Now I know there's an episode where Kramer is taking short naps.
Yeah, it's the what's he call it? The Da Vinci method.
Yeah, some weird shit like that.
Because he like stays awake for 6 hours and he sleeps for 2 or something like that. It's some ridiculous number.
It's not that, but there are different levels of nap that you can take. There you go. Here we go. This is why I'm so glad Amanda's back. But Amanda, before you showed up, we were here. We were on this weird rant about horseradish, and it was such a riveting start to the episode. And I was like, we don't have Amanda, so here we go. Here's the dive.
Yeah, because it started with mac and cheese, and it went to horseradish, and I didn't know what the hell was in horseradish, or what even. I forgot what color it was.
Okay, so different types of nap. Power nap, brief nap, generally lasting 10 to 20 minutes. It can be helpful when a person feels tired and needs to stay alert, such as in the middle of the workday. This is what I call a lunch break nap.
Yeah, that's a Deej nap there.
Yeah, that's what I do on my lunch breaks. Recovery nap. These are make up for lost time, so it doesn't have a time frame. This is probably what you do, Mitch.
Let's see, power nap. I wish I could do a power nap. I feel like in the evenings I'm a bunch of power naps, but it's just really me just falling asleep watching TV, and then I'll just like wake up, and they're usually laughing at me because my mouth's hanging open, or I do a snore, that wakes me up or something. And then I look at the TV and I realize there's about 10 minutes of a show that I've not heard or seen.
Right.
Let's see, a recovery nap, proactive nap. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Oh man,
When they will not get enough nighttime sleep, planned nap is typically longer than a power nap, can last several hours. That's probably where you're at.
Yeah, I think I'm a proactive napper.
Coffee naps, dude. Coffee naps are amazing.
Now, what does that mean? One
So,
simple.
yeah, Chris Johnson told me about this shit.
Okay.
Where you slap back some caffeine and then take a power nap.
And
then it basically take the caffeine right before the nap, which is commonly called a caffeine nap. The caffeine comes from other sources. The full effects of the caffeine don't appear until about 30 minutes after it's taken. So drinking a cup of coffee just before a short nap won't disrupt your sleep. Instead, it can make you feel even more alert whenever you wake up. So that shit's cool.
Boy, I tell you what, I feel like some of the times I fall asleep at work, since we've been kind of slow, here and there, kind of sound like coffee naps. Cause like I'll like doze off and then I'll wake up and then I'll be like, woo, like I feel great.
Ready to rip. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Huh. But yeah, it's just not long enough. Yeah, I mean, because it's only a couple minutes.
You have to do. It says here basically keep it short, because then if you end up getting, I forget there was it's not this one, Amanda. There was like a different one that I found one time where you can, it had like different time frames. It was like 30 minutes, 90 minutes. There's certain increments that you can nap. If you do it within that time frame, then when you wake up, you don't feel groggy, because if you wake up, like if you take, I think it's like a 2-hour nap, you're in the middle of a sleep cycle. Like they're like REM cycles or something like that. And
Yeah,
it'll affect.
Oh, here we
the
go.
way you
Look
sleep.
at that.
There you go.
So 5 naps. Power nap, 10 to 20 minutes. Oh, the NASA nap, 26 minutes. Proven by scientists to improve pilot performance, 34%, and alertness by 54%. Or 30. Oh, yeah, 54. Best for the day you're working after hours. Huh. I like that. The bad nap. What's that one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Causes sleep inertia, which is a sleep hangover for up to 30 minutes before I can't say that word.
Restorative.
Thank you. Benefits kick in. I don't know that word. Best to avoid if possible. And then we got the slow wave sleep nap. Helps cognitive memory processing, remembering places, faces, and facts. Best before a big presentation or important meeting. And then the full sleep cycle nap, 90. Helps creativity, emotional memory, and procedural memory. Best before an impending project, deadline, or a big test. Huh. Well, there we go.
That's why basically, so I'm thinking about it because I just took a nap at work the other night on my break. So I went out, by the time I got to my car, it was like I had 28 minutes left. I think I scrolled my phone for, let's call it, less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep for the rest of the time. But when I got up, I felt amazing.
So you had about roughly 20, well, not even 20 minutes.
No,
was it a punch? Was it when you're a punch in, punch out nap or break?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't I don't do that shit where I stand at the time clock and wait for my last minute.
Well, what do you do? What do you mean?
I'll go to my car for the full time and then I'll walk back. So when my timer goes off, I'm still in my car. And then I walk back to the time clock.
But that's more than 30 minutes, so don't you get
No, you have a minute to clock back in, or 2 minutes or something like that on your lunch break. You have a little bit of time.
Oh, for crap's sake. All these years, I literally stand there and I'm usually always like too early.
No, don't. You don't have to do that.
I'll put my code in and it'll be like, no, you're not ready yet. So then I
think you have like 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh.
To get back to it. That's why I don't go to my car that much anymore, but only if I need a nap.
Right.
But I'll wait out there till my 30-minute timer goes off and then walk back down.
Nice.
That's why it always takes me 5 or 6 minutes to get back to the onto the floor, because then I go back in and I change, and I get back out to the floor, and before I know it, it's been a whole extra 6 minutes since.
Well, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It's weird.
Learn something new every
but
day.
You don't have that kind of leeway whenever you're clocking in for the day.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering. So they're more lenient with the lunch punches than I knew that's how it was with the shift punches.
Yeah.
That they were.
If
they
you're
were pretty,
1 second late, you're a
Yeah.
point. That's a point.
Oof, that's rough.
Or half a point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be a half. That's rough.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah, that is pretty dumb. So
Anyway, so yeah, that's the sleep cycles.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing wrong with a good old nap.
No, but I mean, the way that you're doing it's irresponsible.
Well, thank you. Well, I don't know. I do my best. I try. I don't know. It's just so weird. I think I'd have a system down by now as to how I want to sleep.
It's also
on
important.
My days off.
It's also important. And here's a great follow-up question. Where are you napping?
Depends. It's not the same every time. Sometimes I will just fall asleep on the couch, and then sometimes I'll go straight to bed. And then
so if you go to bed, you're going to nap for longer.
I'm about the same. It's weird. It's almost the same exact time, no matter where it is.
So I read a story one time about this girl whose dad used to take naps all throughout the day, but he would fall asleep, like he would put himself in a really weird position, like on the floor, curled around the coffee table.
Oh, so that he would.
So it would nap. It would restore him from being tired, but it wouldn't snake away his comfort.
Well, I slept weird on the couch once, and my hip hurt for 3 days. So I don't want to do that.
I don't know what the benefit was for it. It was something like that.
Was that a nap or was that? I feel like it was a nap. I woke up and I didn't sleep all that long, and my left shoulder hurt and my right hip hurt.
Huh.
And that was the day. Those were the days that. How did you say that? I was walking super nonchalant. How was that you? Because I was walking very, very slow all night.
It was the most nonchalant I've ever seen any human being alive. You just were just walking whatever pace you fucking felt like, dude. It was amazing.
It was crazy slow. Because didn't you say you saw me in the mirror at one point, and then it took like 5 minutes till you saw me on the other side or something?
I was like, whoa, holy shit.
I
thought you stopped.
No, I was still that's right. Because you're like, did you stop? I'm like, no. That's just how slow I was walking.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was admirably slow.
I can do that sometimes.
Mud wrestling. What's that? How is this for later, Amanda?
Oh.
Yeah, that's for the topic that you gave me.
Okay. For later.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to mud wrestle later?
Yep.
Oh. Giddy up.
I didn't know that I gave you a topic on mud wrestling.
No, it's related to the topic that you gave me.
Okay.
You'll see.
I got you. All right.
It'll make sense.
So, without further ado, let's get in with our regular scheduled program now that we're done talking about other weird shit. Welcome in to this fun episode of Ineffably Sublime that we've been 23 minutes talking about nonsense.
And when the more we keep talking, it's going to be even more. So what's the difference?
I mean, that's true. Well, all we do is nonsense. But let's do our news article. How about it?
How about it?
In honor of pizza bagels, and Tony accepted our challenge, by the way, for a whisper, a jump, and a fart.
Oh, I did see that. I saw he just accepted it this morning.
Yeah.
Are you going to let him choose what shirt he wants? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he'll pick temperature control box.
I don't know. He hasn't been. I doubt he even knows what that is.
He has no exactly. He's not going to have a freaking clue what that is. All right,
that's
all right.
Nobody knows. I mean, oh man, I just spilled a bunch of Cheerios all over the place.
I heard something fall.
Yeah.
Oh
well.
Do you need to take a break and pick up those Cheerios?
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, okay.
I've mentally checked out of this house.
Oh, there we go.
I'm still gonna clean it up. Someone's got to come by and take pictures today.
Yeah, you having people take pictures a lot at your house, aren't you?
Dumb. Well, they came by a week ago, and I said the same thing. I said, "Oh, someone's going to be here today to take pictures." Well, the power went out that day.
Oh, that's right. Because you knew the guy that pulled in, and then you talked to him, and
yeah, he took pictures anyway. And then they texted me last night. They were, "Can somebody come by and take pictures tomorrow at 3?" And I'm like, "I guess."
That's wild. I don't understand that.
I don't. Hey, whatever. I don't care. It's out of my hands.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, let's do the news article here. Or do we want to do the news, or do we want to do? No, let's do the We'll do the notable figure of the week. We'll do the word of the day. Then we'll do the news article. That way, we don't get too off track.
That's true. All right. So you go ahead. You go ahead and do the notable figure of the week.
Notable figure.
I did it last week. Yeah. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole thing is in French, Amanda. How do I? Oh.
No,
it's a link. Oh my God, I'm a moron.
I was gonna say what it was in English when I read it.
It's a link. I was reading the image. I clicked on the image and was like, I don't know what this is. All right.
This is a sequel to, or not a sequel, because last week was, what was his name? Roland
the farter.
There it is.
This is Tarare. Is that how you say it? Tarare. Look at the French pronunciation. What the fuck is that?
Well, yeah, why are the R's upside down?
Tarar. It's Tarar. I bet.
Does that mean you're supposed to like curl your tongue?
I don't know.
No,
because in Spanish it's not.
Oh.
They're not upside down.
Well, yeah, we'll call him Tarar. He's pretty young. He ended up, I don't know anything about him. I just know the very beginning, he only lived to be 26? Whatever he did.
Google AI says Tarar is correct.
Tarar. All right.
Tarar. Okay, so he is a French showman, soldier, and spy, noted for his unusual eating habits and appetite. Able to eat vast amounts of meat.
Ew.
He was constantly hungry. His parents could not provide for him, and he was turned out of the family home as a teenager. He traveled
because he was hungry.
Yeah, just we can't afford you to be here anymore.
We can't feed you, you fat fuck.
So yeah, they let him go. He traveled around France in the company of a band of prostitutes and thieves before becoming the warm-up act for the traveling charlatan.
Oh.
Okay. In his act, he swallowed corks, stones, live animals.
What?
A whole basket full of apples. He then took his act to Paris, where he worked as a street performer.
Jeez.
He swallowed a whole basket full of apples. Like,
that's a lot. And what's the point of swallowing a cork?
I don't know.
Like there's just nothing exciting. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that one. That one's weird. Some of this other stuff I can somewhat understand.
This is
I don't
really
know, like
weird.
Live animals. Like, how live are we talking? I mean, I'm sure it might.
How live? They're very live.
I mean, like, not like what animals are they that he was swallowing?
Well, it says here.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll find out.
Let's see. He was hospitalized. All right, let's see. At the start of the first war of the first coalition, Tarare joined the French Revolutionary Army, where even quadrupling the standard military ration was unable to satisfy his large appetite. He ate any available food from gutters. Ew.
Oh.
From gutters and rubbish heaps. But his condition still deteriorated through hunger. He was hospitalized due to exhaustion and became the subject of a series of medical experiments to test his eating capacity, in which, among other things, he ate a meal intended for 15 people in a single sitting.
I wonder how big this, was this, I wonder if this dude was big or if he was like a tiny guy.
I don't know.
And he just couldn't. Oh.
He ate live cats.
Oh,
snakes,
no.
Lizards, and puppies. Swallowed eels without chewing. Despite his unusual diet, he was underweight. And except for his eating habits, he showed no signs of mental illness other than what was described as an apathetic temperament.
No, you can't say there's no signs of mental illness if he's swallowing all this stuff and he's eating. How do you eat a live cat? That doesn't, that makes, and a puppy. That makes zero sense.
I mean, it wouldn't be live the whole time.
I read something just now that said that his favorite meal was snake meat, which he tore off of living snakes with his teeth.
Oh, yeah, this dude was mentally ill.
Okay. So it says here that they eventually used... That is fucked up, Amanda. That's fucked up. Anyway, they decided to put his abilities to military use and employed him as a courier for the French army with the intention that he would swallow documents, pass through enemy lines, and recover them from stool once safely at his destination.
It's like, Tarar, did you get the plans? Wait a minute, let me shit them out here.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
that is very strange.
Good God.
He would, oh wait, look at this. Let's see. Chastened by his experiments, he agreed to submit to any procedure that might cure his appetite. The procedures failed and the doctors could not keep him on a controlled diet. He snuck out of the hospital to scavenge for offal and gutters, which is a variety of meats.
In gutters?
Butchered meats.
Good God.
Anyway, he would get, butchered meats from gutters, rubbish heaps, and outside butcher shops. He even attempted to drink the blood of other patients in the hospital while they were bloodletting and eat corpses from the morgue.
This dude was seriously fucked. This is not right.
After being suspected of eating a toddler, he was ejected.
Oh, that's what did it.
Get out of the hospital.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we're okay with you eating the corpses and all this other shit, but you can't eat a toddler.
I mean,
this is weird.
They were like, he thought he ate a 1-year-old. So they're like, you need to get out of here.
Like, that's
you need to leave. I guess he died eventually of tuberculosis.
Shortly
after following a lengthy bout of exudative diarrhea.
Jesus. What the hell? How, like I said, this makes no sense that he's eating how do you eat a 1-year-old toddler without just straight up killing it and then cutting the, it's not like his mouth is like a fucking snake and he can just swallow a 1-year-old whole. Like, what's he eating? I'm assuming he's eating, because I mean, I don't.
Question you really want the answer to, Mitch?
I don't think I do. I know I don't.
How do you eat a 1-year-old? Amanda, look it up. No, don't. Okay.
Let's see what
I refuse.
I mean, I already. Right here. I mean, I know we're not going to read the whole article, but right here. After some time, a 14-month-old toddler disappeared from the hospital, and Tarar was immediately suspected of having consumed the toddler due to his past of eating small animals. Percy was unable or unwilling to defend him, and the hospital staff chased Tarar from the hospital. They just chased him. Turned into a Benny Hill skit. It's like you're running and he's just like running out. So I don't, yeah. So basically, it's just like a dude the kid just disappeared. I don't know where he went.
How did you even find that?
I just scrolled down. It's in the attempted cures.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
They chased him out.
They just
and he
chased
never
him
returned.
out. Yeah.
What a wild dude.
Oh.
This reminds me of Amanda, see if you can find real quick the Marvel superhero known as Matter Eater Lad. Because that's what I bet you this guy was probably based off of that. Matter Eater Lad is his name.
So I want to read the death.
Go ahead.
So 4 years later, M. Tessier of Versailles Hospital contacted Piercy to notify him that the patient of theirs, a patient, wanted to see him. It was Tar, now bedridden and weak. Tar told Percy that he had swallowed a golden fork 2 years earlier, which he believed was now lodged inside him and causing him his current weakness. He hoped that Percy, I don't know who Percy is. I'm assuming he must be the doctor at this hospital, could find some way to remove it. Percy, however, recognized that he had advanced tuberculosis. A month later, Tar began to experience continuous exudative diarrhea, dying shortly. Not like just shitting yourself to death. So Elizabeth, the corpse rotted quickly. So he was just like totally just disgusting. I'm assuming it for the body to just start rotting immediately.
Yeah, really.
The surgeons of the hospital refused to dissect it. Tessier, however, wanted to find out how Tar's intestines differed from those of a normal person. He was also curious as to whether the gold fork was lodged inside him. At autopsy, Tar's gullet was found to be abnormally wide, and when his jaws were open, surgeons could see down a broad canal into the stomach. What? His body was found to be filled with pus. His liver and gallbladder were abnormally large, and his stomach was enormous, covered in ulcers, and filling most of his abdominal cavity. No fork was ever found. Jesus H. Christ.
Crazy.
Wow.
What a wild, notable figure.
I mean, we could do a whole episode on this guy because I'm just kind of just going out reading a little bit of the military career shit. Literally, the way this dude was fucked. He had chronic diarrhea.
I mean, go figure.
No shit. Well, yeah, no shit because it's
really
coming out. Yeah, that is man. Kudos, Amanda. That was a very good one to pick up. That's 2 in a row. Roland the Farter and Tar, the child eater.
So, and then the superhero Matter Eater Lad, that's pretty much what he does. He can eat anything.
Oh, right there he is. I never even, was he Marvel or DC? Oh, right there, DC. 1962, he made his appearance.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to, like, basically his powers and abilities. Where is that at?
I clearly see James Gunn will bring him into something at some point.
Matter Eater Lad possesses the innate ability to eat almost any substance. Additionally, he can move at superhuman speeds by harnessing the consumed energy and determine the chemical composition. Of the objects.
James Gunn will definitely turn. We will be market right now. Within 5 years, we will see Matter Eater Lad in a. It might not be live action. It might be one of the cartoons or something, but he will figure out a way to get this guy in here.
I hope so.
Did you see the one? There's one quick clip of Superman where Lois Lane picks on the Green Lantern's hair that Nathan Fillion plays.
I did see that.
She said that hairdo should go against your vows, and he's like, "My what? It's what? My what?"
I can't wait to see that movie. We were just talking about it this morning.
Who's we?
Me and my wife.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about going out and seeing it on opening weekend and which day we're going to go to. Because we happen to be off that weekend.
Nice.
So
yeah, Autumn and I keep talking about. Autumn wants to. She really wants to see Ballerina. I think we talked about this weekend.
Yeah.
Did we? I think.
Yep.
I don't know. Well, we're going to talk about it again because Autumn's she's a big John Wick fan as well as I am. And I think she likes the actress that's going to play in that. But here's the weird thing, okay? Get this shit. So I was looking to see, maybe because I said, we always talk about going to the movies, but we never fucking go to the movies. And she's like, well, let's just go. Let's just, this weekend we will go, like Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So I go to Golden Ticket or whatever the fuck that place is in DuBois called. And I looked for Ballerina. And it just says that it's playing up until tomorrow. But then, like, when you even just go to the date for, like, Saturday, it's saying the only movies that are playing is Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade from 89 and Paw Patrol. That's it. Like, that's all it's saying is playing.
And How to Train Your Dragon.
No, it wasn't even when I did. Are you on the site?
Yeah, I'm on there right now.
Oh, did How to Train Your Dragon pop up? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Ballerina's... When did it come out?
It just came out Friday, last week.
That's weird.
Yeah. Because we're talking about going like Saturday or Sunday afternoon. If Sunday, I'm assuming, do they do matinees on Sunday?
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah. Because I said, well, maybe we'll just pick an afternoon to go. And I cannot find them showing anything over the weekend. Yeah, like I said, and I even think Indiana Jones was just like Friday, or it's just like one night that they're doing it.
That's weird.
That is weird. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the Last Crusade. I feel is the best of the Indiana Jones movies. I like it the most. I know you haven't watched any of them, and we've talked about this on here before, but I'll say it again. And I don't, I just. What I'm about. I like to rehash things if I have to.
Yeah, it doesn't say. It just has today.
Yeah, so weird.
Times.
Yeah, I thought it had tomorrow too. Maybe not. I just know that it's one of those that I didn't really even look at. Past or this soon, like tonight, tomorrow. That shit.
Perhaps
so weird.
Yeah, perhaps it'll change in the next day or two.
Yeah, because then one thing that's nice about the Clearfield Ritz is, because they only have 2 theaters, and usually at the beginning of the month they'll put a calendar and they'll show what's playing all month. And unfortunately, Ballerina's not playing at all in Clearfield this month.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows, but because I'm totally fine with going to the Clearfield Theater. I got new owners. They seem like they're cool. They're a cool younger couple. They found in their basement a shit ton of old movie posters.
Oh, that's cool.
Like crates upon crates, and they're gonna start putting them on eBay, I guess, and selling them.
Good call.
Yeah, it's a very good call. Yeah, I can't wait. I don't remember what they said their username is on eBay. Yeah, thank you. So, all right, I'm trailing off again. I apologize.
It's okay. All right, so the Urban Dictionary word of the day is redneck beach ball. Okay, and it sounds like they need to call tartar because a redneck beach ball is a bloated dead animal that you find while swimming in a horse trough.
What? That's very specific.
A bloated dead animal you find while you're swimming in the horse trough.
Who swims in a horse? How big is a horse trough to be swimming in it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe it's big.
Maybe.
Hey, Rick, is that y'all's cat? He don't look so good. He's blown up as a big redneck beach ball.
That's...
So a horse trough is like if Have you seen those? You know how people do like an ice submersion kind of thing? Like it's
Yes.
a vat of ice, basically. It's kind of that size, maybe a little bit bigger. So like if you sit in it, you're submerged like to your armpits or maybe a little bit higher.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
they're big enough. It's kind of like small hot tub sized. But
Gotcha.
if you live on a farm, don't have access to a pool or pond or something, sometimes people dunk in their horse trough and cool off.
Nice. Fantastic. Well, now we know. That's still very specific, though.
That is very specific.
Redneck beach ball. That's funny, though.
All right, and in honor of the Pizza Bagels guys' love for Floridians, our news article comes from Florida this week.
It does. Let's see. You have to bear with me for just a second.
You have a bear with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, did you know while I'm loading this up, get this shit. I just learned something on TikTok this morning. We're never going to get to our subjects, and I somewhat apologize, but not really. Did you know, listen to this. Okay, you ready? That if you replace the W or you replace the T in what, where, and when, then that answers your question.
If you replace the W?
Replace the W with the T in what, where, and when. So what is that? Where, there, when is then.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
It's
really
not,
ever think about that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it's not like it really answers it, but it's just, isn't it crazy how you just take the W out and you put the T in and then it just, where? There. It's like, well, when? Then. Yeah. And that's just, I don't know. It's
I like
cool
that.
shit. Yeah. Do you like that? I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Did you heart it?
I did heart it. That way I remembered to say it because I wasn't going to remember. All right. I apologize.
With a tug and a fart?
I guess.
And a kiss upon the heart? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Florida, go ahead.
Yeah, it's my turn to talk, damn it, even though I have been talking a lot. All right, so this is from clickorlando.com. The title of the article is Florida homeowner frustrated with FAA after plane's windshield lands in his yard. Boy, I tell you, fucking planes are just falling out of skies and crashing and parts are flailing out and everything. There's a picture of the guy and a picture of the windshield. Okay, so this is in Ormond Beach, Florida. People who live near the Ormond Beach airport say they are used to noise, but after an airplane's falling debris crashed onto their property, they are now demanding answers. They're now demanding answers. Now they want to know what the fuck. When Bob Blankenship realized the pieces of metal and fiberglass were on airplane windshield that fell from a plane and landed on his property, he says he was floored.
Bob Blankenship.
Bobby Blankenship. And if you click on if you can see him, he fits Bob Blankenship. And
Bob Blankenship is the greatest name.
And here's how he probably said it. I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Blankenship told News 6 he found multiple pieces on his property and pieced the puzzles together. Well, no shit, they're fucking windshields. Well, not much of a goddamn puzzle. Okay, fiberglass. Oh, this looks like a windshield. Puzzle solved. Bob.
Well, now, where do you suppose this came from there?
Well, look here. Let's see. I'm assuming his wife might be like Debbie Blankenship. They probably just call her Debbie. Deb. Yeah. D-bag.
Blankenship.
Debbie, Bob and Debbie. Then that sounds so Florida.
Bob and Debbie.
Go to Bobby B&D Blankenship.
So it says here, then he realized that his Ring camera, his doorbell camera, was pointed in the direction where he found one of the largest pieces. When you look at the video, you can hear the plane flying overhead. Then you hear the fiberglass crash into the tree. and then finally hit the ground. It could fall on anybody out here, Blankenship. Just think it fell 300 feet.
And that's the other funny thing. 300 feet, I think it fell probably a lot higher than 300 feet.
Yeah. Well, he said, just think, it fell from 300 feet. What's the impact going to be? Probably cut you in two.
I feel like there was a swear in there somewhere. Just think it fell some bitch in 300 feet.
Probably cut your ass right in two.
Yeah. Some bitch.
I'll put the crack right in your ass there.
I feel like a some bitch is in there somewhere.
Bitch.
There's some bitch.
So this is great. Blankenship.
Bobby Blankenship.
How the fuck do you even have that last name? What is
Blankenship?
Why? Yes. What the fuck is that?
Well, that's
how do you have that as your surname through history?
Oh, the Blankenships. You know, come on. You know all about the Blankenship family in the southern region of Scotland.
That's just weird. It's weird.
It's not weird.
But yes, it is.
No. You know Kenny Blankenship, right?
Who?
Kenny Blankenship from
No.
Oh, did you watch MXC, right? Most Extreme Challenge?
Okay.
The Japanese game show that the
yeah.
America, yeah. Well, the one guy was Kenny Blankenship.
For real.
Yeah. The surname Blankenship is a variation of the English surname Blankensop. It's English, totally English, right smack dab in the middle of England.
Blankenship. Using FlightAware, Blankenship found the plane and saw that it took off from the Ormond Beach Airport and landed in D-Land.
D-Land?
D-Land.
Oh, DeLand.
DeLand.
That's probably what he's just saying. He's not. That's not like a town or anything. He's like, it landed in DeLand, not DeWater. DeLand.
He says neither airport knew anything, so it hadn't even been reported.
Some bitch hadn't even been reported, motherfucker.
He left his contact information, and he got this message from the plane's pilot. Hey, this is Douglas. I'm over in DeLand. I lost a piece of my airplane yesterday.
Oh.
It's fucking what? The caller said somebody said that you found it in your yard. I wondered if I can connect with you and come and get it. Fucking excuse me?
What the hell?
So
I'm over in DeLand. Hey, some bitch, it's Douglas. I'm over here DeLand.
You found a piece of my plane there. I'm gonna come. Can I come and get it? Blankenship refused.
Oh,
dun dun dun.
Like fuck you, Doug.
He's like, he reported the incident. Oh, now here I am sitting here talking with this inflection.
Yeah, now you're talking.
He reported the incident to the Federal Aviation Administration and kept the parts as evidence, but believes the FAA is dragging its feet. The incident happened in May, and he says no one has come to his home to inspect the debris. I'm concerned that nobody is concerned.
He just learned that word. He has a word of the day, and concern was on there, evidently.
Your word of the day is concerned. I'm concerned that nobody's concerned about the people on the ground. Nobody gives a
fuck Doug.
Fuck about us people.
Yeah.
Over
fucking
here on
Doug.
The ground.
Yeah, over fucking Doug and DeLand.
Oh, DeLand, are you concerned about us over here on DeLand? You fuckers out in the air. Holy shit. News 6 contacted the FAA about their office communication, confirmed they did quote unquote receive a report about this incident, and we are investigating.
Mm-hmm.
A spokesperson wrote in an email. In a letter to Blankenship, the local FAA safety inspector wrote, the falling aircraft part situation is being taken seriously. Obviously. Why would they not take it seriously?
I don't know. I don't feel like they are taking it seriously.
Could cut your ass right in two, according to Bob Blankenship. Blankenship then had said some more. Then we started having a deep concern. This guy in the word concern.
I'm telling you, he learned that word that day. He's like, fucking news people are coming. I got to get my fancy talk in.
So he said, I'm concerned that nobody's concerned. Then we started having concern.
Having a concern. I don't think I've ever had a concern. I've been concerned about things, but I never had a concern.
We started having a concern.
Where do you get one of those?
A deep concern over the fact that we've got experimental planes taken off. Why are they
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, experimental planes. Oh, they're carrying shit. They're carrying.
So
what are the planes experimental, or what? Are they carrying something? Like, what part is experimental on these
I don't
planes?
know.
I think it's an experimental plane.
So
them high tech, you can't see them ones, them stealthy ones.
Dick Napinski.
Knapsacky. Oh no.
Napinski?
Napinski.
He is the spokesperson for the Experimental Aircraft Association.
Oh my God, there's actual a thing.
Why is that a thing?
Oh my, experimental, the EAA.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he says planes have to be inspected every year for 100 hours or every 100 hours of flight. He said a lot of them are built from very standardized kits that may take 1,000 to 3,000 hours to build. Napinski also said that this is certainly not common. In fact, I don't know of another case where a windshield has popped out. So, yeah. Blankenship says if the situation is not thoroughly investigated, it can happen again. The next time it could be somebody's life.
That makes me concerned. I'm concerned about the concern of concerned people. Concerned they're gonna die.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Well, just go to Doug. Why didn't they interview Doug from DeLand? Hey, this is Douglas, and I'm over here in DeLand. I lost a piece of my airplane yesterday. You know, why didn't they go to him?
Look at these. So there's two comments at the bottom. One from Slingers. Wow.
Oh, okay.
I better look up more often. I am in the path of the Tampa International Airport. On some days, it sounds like the airplanes are landing on my roof.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness, dude. Give John Denver his windshield back. Wow, that's an old reference there. Fucking John Denver's been dead for 30-some years. I think he crashed into a mountain, didn't he?
That John Denver is full of shit, man. That's my favorite line from Dumb and Dumber. It's like, you'd think the Rocky Mountains would be a little rockier than this. That John Denver's full of shit, man.
Oh, Bobby Blankenship. Let's see. Oh,
dude, that was great.
Poor guy.
I want to hear what he sounds. Well, I'm going to watch the video real quick. I want to see if what's he actually sound like?
Oh, it's a 3 minute long. It's not loading for me.
I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. He does kind of sound like that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
See, like I said, sometimes you can just tell by looking at him. You can look at people and you're like, all right, I know how he sounds. Kind of sounds like he might have a smoker's talk too.
He sounds pretty normal.
Does he?
Yeah. I want to hear him say, I'm concerned about all the concerns.
Okay, it's not that bad.
Wow. That's something.
Okay, I apologize to Bobby Blankenship. If you're listening, Bobby, you really don't sound like we thought you would.
Boy, do we have fun with it though.
It was fun. That's right up. That was I think that might have been my second favorite news article that we've read, that we've had so much fun reading.
No, nothing's ever gonna beat.
Nothing will ever beat UFO.
Joe Wolosky.
Yeah, shirtless Joe. Come on, Joe, get out and look at the UFO. He's like, fuck you, I'm going to bed. I've been working all night, bitch. I'm going back to bed.
Joe shows up, no shirt on. That's the details matter in an investigation. That's what Reacher says.
Yes, he does say that.
You got to have it. Details matter.
Oh my God, man, this episode is just been bonkers.
We're off
How
the
far?
rails.
I don't even know how long have we been. Okay, well, we've been an hour in.
Yeah, 59 minutes.
We're an hour in, and I mean, hell, what are you gonna do?
We're right on the tail here of the we're gonna go ahead and get ready. We thought it would be fun to kick off summer with talking about some summer shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And it kind of hit me. Isn't it funny how it just hit me? Because I was just like, because I went through the list, the list of what, Amanda's ideas, and there's some good ones on there, obviously. But then I just kept thinking, I'm like, it's summertime. Like, I know we did, I knew we did a fireworks one. And then that's when you happened around the corner and you walked around the corner and I was like, hey, have we ever done one with summer? Like summertime stuff? And then you
only
said, well,
fireworks.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. And then
now,
I thought,
don't know. I don't. Now we did do. Let's see. Let me just dive a little deep into the.
Don't go too deep.
No. Ineffably sublime lore here. My internet's all whack today.
Well,
like in terms of what it's letting me load up, but I know we did talk about Georgia asphalt, and we were talking about some summertime stuff.
Oh, we did talk Georgia asphalt. Yeah. How far did we?
But I don't know what we were talking about during all that.
I don't either.
Because this is right around the time when Amanda joined.
Okay.
So we did Dutch panties, which was breakfast. Okay, and then we did gluten-free fireworks. That came out June 18th. And that was just like a history of fireworks and why we like them.
Okay.
And then we did what's Sweet Fancy Moses. I have no idea what happened in that episode because, like I said, we didn't have Amanda, so I wasn't doing what you call it.
Oh, like a
potions.
Yeah.
And then we did Nips in the Wild, and I believe that was like snacks.
Okay, yeah, because we were talking about
You were talking about cheese nips.
Cheese nips, yes.
And you found them in the wild.
Yes, good old
and then we
cheese
did
nips.
Underrated inventions. So that, Amanda, your first episode was Nips in the Wild, I believe, or Sweet Fancy Moses, one or the other.
I think it was Sweet Fancy Moses because June 18th sounds like the week I would have been at camp, and that's when that's when I joined for just kind of background noise, but yeah.
You've always been more than background noise for us.
Oh, thanks.
You've been an integral part of this roller coaster. Not a roller coaster. What do I want to say we are?
We're a train derailment.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea what any.
Here's what's so great is we've done so many damn episodes. I can't imagine there's going to even be a single person that's going to really come to us and be like, last year you guys talked about this. So I feel like we could be redundant if we wanted to. And it would still be okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we could really, even if we say the same thing twice, it's not like we really say it word for word 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, now the subject matter of the meat of today, I have said before, but I thought it was interesting enough that we just let's bring it back. You know what I mean?
I do.
So in honor of summertime, we're gonna talk about mostly about the history of mowing lawns, and why we do that shit.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it'll go elsewhere.
Oh, I'm sure it will too. And speaking of that, I noticed I see the sun's out, so I know. See, this might get me from not napping today because I've got to go do like 3 other things for autumn, and then I wasn't sure what the weather was going to be like. So that's usually what happens is I go do the errands for autumn, come home, and then I decide I'm going to fall asleep. Where here, I feel like I've got a reason to live. I've got a reason to stay awake, and that's going to be cut the damn grass because I don't know what the weekend's going to hold for weather.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and
I
I
gotta
love
cut
right
mine
now,
too.
and right now I'm still in the I like cutting grass mode. Now by August I'm pretty sick of it, but I'm still. Well, I got a book to listen to while I cut the grass. So that's going to keep me occupied for the next probably 7 or 8 mowings. So I'll be good then. And then I'm getting my exercise because I push mow everything.
Yeah, and you said last week you get like 4 miles when you do the
Yeah.
grass.
Yeah.
So.
If I do it, if I calculate it correctly with the steps that I take and I calculate my height and all that in that, and there's a website or something, then it's about a 4 mile walk I endure. The only thing that I'm worried about, see, we're never going to get to this fucking subject. I'm sorry, but I don't care. But see, we got the pond in the backyard, and the toads are horny right now, or frogs, or whatever the hell we have. I don't know what the difference between a frog and a toad is, but they're out there squawking. And the other day I went outside and there were 3 sets of frogs in mid-coitus in my yard. So, and they don't really give a shit when I'm cutting grass. Like I almost have to go around them. This is the time of the year, this time, and then when they hatch and they become little baby frogs.
Yeah.
That's the most stressful time for me because I know at least with the really baby frogs, I know I'm killing some and I feel terrible about it. But the adult ones, sometimes they just don't give a flying fuck. They will just sit there and they'll just watch me mow over them if I have to. I mean, I don't think I've gotten an adult one yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're just okay. Well, I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, no, there's nothing to say. It's just the way of the world when you've got life, animal life, untamed life out in the yard. We have a couple weeks ago, we had a couple baby bunnies over on the other side of the yard and they wouldn't move. They just kept staring at me. So I just didn't end up cutting that part of the yard because I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't want to run them over. I don't want to go, I don't want to scare them because I'm close enough to the road that I don't want them running out in the road and get hit. And then with the frogs, I don't have to worry about the baby frogs yet. That'll be probably in a couple weeks. Because like I said, they're banging right now. So then they got to lay the eggs and they'll lay the eggs in the pond. And then there'll be, that whole process of the tadpoles and all that shit. But then, like you'll see them occasionally, like hopping in the yard and they're really, really tiny. And I do my best to not harm them, but I know most of them die anyway. Something swoops down and kills them anyway, because we don't really have a lot, but I don't want to be the reason they die. Let me put it that way.
Dude,
Circle
that's
of
wild.
Life. It is wild.
I like it.
I don't. It's very stressful.
I mean, it shouldn't be.
Well, it is. I don't like killing things. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's true.
I don't know. That doesn't really make sense for that analogy. Or not analogy.
You know what you're good at killing now?
Time.
The mood.
Oh. No, it shouldn't. I mean, I don't know.
Fucking what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
What even is this episode?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I've lost all track of my thought process now.
It's okay. All right.
So let's talk lawns, shall we?
Yeah. It's the sound of summer. The familiar hum of a lawnmower doing laps like it's qualifying for the Suburban Grand Prix, a rite of passage for dads and a point of contention for neighbors. and dare I say, a surprisingly wild chapter in human history. So, we're going to talk about, we're going to go grass deep into a surprisingly global, gloriously green tale of mowing the lawn. So this goes way back into the 17th century England. Wealthy estates used grazing animals to keep their lawns neat. Because nothing says, how do you say aristocratic? Yeah. Nothing says aristocratic pride like outsourcing your landscaping work to livestock. But then 1830 hits, and Edwin Budding, an English engineer and a man clearly fed up with sheep's poop, invented the first mechanical lawnmower, inspired by a machine used to trim fabric in textile mills. So, sorry, I was reading that right from ChatGPT.
I was going to say, I was looking at all the articles that Amanda gave us, and I was like, what the fuck are you reading? Because I was on Gardens Illustrated, and I didn't see it. Then I went to the history of the landscaping, and I'm like, where the hell is he reading it? So I was just going to let you go.
No, you're good. I wanted to get a little bit of a opening monologue there, because everything Amanda sent has been great, but I didn't want to read their opening monologue because it's weird.
Of Gardens Illustrated?
Yeah, but the let's see. Edwin Budding is the first guy who did this. Well, hold on. I'll just finish this monologue here. Edwin Budding, an English engineer, a man clearly fed up with sheep shit. He created the first machine used to trim fabric. Or I'm sorry, to trim. It was a machine used that did fabric. Wow. He built a rotating cylinder of blades on wheels, and just like that, lawn care was no longer strictly for sheep or scythes. Like a big metal scythe.
Yes.
It was for the common man with uncommon stamina. By the 19th century, these push mowers were rolling across cricket patches, manor lawns, and eventually American yards. But here's where it gets very American. Post-World War II suburbia exploded like a bag of Miracle-Gro. GI Bill, white picket fences, nuclear families, and lawns, glorious green, aggressively maintained lawns, became the symbol of middle-class success, and mowing became ritualized. Weekend warriors donned New Balance sneakers and cracked open cold beers and waged war on unruly turf. Cue the rise of gas-powered mowers, riding mowers, and yes, robotic Roombas with blades that quietly assassinate the dandelions while you nap. Dude, that would be awesome.
That would be. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, dude. Let that shit rock and roll.
We had a neighbor where I used to live before. We had a lady, the woman that lived there. She was hardly ever there. But when she would cut the grass, she had the push mower that was just the blades. That's all it was.
Really?
It sounded really relaxing. The way that the blades, it just sounded like blades
non-gas,
moving.
right? That's what you're saying.
Non-gas, just blades. Yeah, just that, like one of the very first mowers ever built.
I've never used one, but I hear it's really hard.
I've heard it's very hard as well. Because I think I even asked her the one time if it was hard. And then I asked her what was the mowing like. Yeah, it was dumb. But
anywho.
Yeah, she said it was very difficult. But
sure.
Yeah, she was hardly there. She just said, it's just she got it for free or some shit.
I would try it.
Yeah, I would give it a shot, but I know I wouldn't like it.
Yeah. Anyway, all this, why? What it begs the question, why do we mow in the first place? Some say it's for aesthetics, a nod to the ordered gardens of Europe. Others say it's control, a subconscious urge to tame nature and draw clean lines between chaos and calm. Personally, I always thought that it was the hatred for weeds, but there are people who just love the smell of cut grass. Science backs this up. Freshly mowed grass releases a chemical that triggers relaxation in the human brain. It's called green leaf volatiles, and is what some people will call dad perfume.
Dad perfume.
So the next time you're sweating behind a mower or cursing at that pass that you Mitch, remember, you're not just grooming grass. You're part of a centuries-old story of invention, status, and summer Saturdays. You are a friend, a modern-day budding, a suburban shepherd, a turf warrior, and that is ineffably sublime, they say. So there's that monologue.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Yeah, I'm scrolling through the Gardens Illustrated, and yeah, it's almost kind of saying the same thing. Yeah, there's nothing. Let's see.
Basically, from what I remember, the last time that I did this is basically like a bunch of French kings were like, mow the grass. Like we were like, oh, okay, and now we basically do that because of that. Like, there's no real reason for it.
No.
But like, so the guy that lives across the street from my parents, well, the guy that used to live across the street from my parents, he moved in and was like, "Fuck this," and blacktopped his whole yard.
I remember you talking about that guy. Yeah,
blew my mind.
That would
Didn't
be
know you could do that.
Yeah, I always said growing up that I would just make my yard artificial turf. That way, it would just
genius move.
Yeah. I said I'll just lay that down, and there you go. Don't have to worry about a damn thing.
Recently, doing a quick search for air purifiers, and I had come across one that grows moss on the inside. So it's
purposely.
It's a terrarium that grows moss and then puts fresh oxygen from the moss into your air.
I didn't think you would want moss air into your house.
Well, moss is very good for the environment. That's why forests. Yeah, that's why forests are so crisp and clean. Like,
that is.
It's like algae. You know what I mean? It's good.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Algae.
I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure algae creates more oxygen than trees.
No shit.
I'm like, don't quote me on that, but I don't know if I don't know if you could find that information, but I'm pretty sure algae makes up for most of our oxygen. I could be totally wrong on that, but
holy hell.
The reason I bring moss up is because people will replace their whole yard with moss. You don't have to mow moss.
I did know that moss is just pretty much once it grows, or not grow, but once it becomes moss, it's just moss.
Yeah, and it looks better. Like, it looks good.
I'd like to see a moss yard just to see what it looks like.
Well, that's fine. Algae are a significant source of oxygen production on Earth, with estimates suggesting they produce 50%. Okay. Joe says moss sucks to mow. Do you have to mow it? I didn't think you had
that grass grows up through it. Like, if it's completely moss, no, but grass will grow up between it, and you have to mow the grass. So then you mow over the moss, and the moss pulls up and blows all over the place, and then you have big bald patches. It sucks.
Oh.
One of the lawns that he mows for our elderly ladies is mostly moss, or it was mostly moss, and it was awful.
Oh. Huh. Well, holy shit. I remember my very first job was grass cutting, lawn mowing for old women.
Right.
Mary Dorandetta was the first one. She was my Graham's neighbor. She let me cut her grass. I think she gave me $10, which, in the year 1995 was a lot. Yeah, that was a sweet gig. $10 a week. Hell yeah. But I hated doing my grandparents' yard because because you've got these people that you have to cut it a certain way, which I don't give a flying shit how it's cut. But my grandfather was so anal about how you cut. So I would be cutting it, and he'd be like, no. He's like, this part of the yard, you've got to cut at this angle. This part of the yard, you got to cut at this angle. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why. but he was obsessed with cutting a certain direction.
Interesting.
And it made no sense because he had a very long yard, and common sense would just tell you just go straight the whole way down and then straight the whole way back. Whoa. Oh, no. Where the one part was, you had to go at a 45-degree angle. And then after that, then you could go straight. And then in the front, you couldn't go to the house and back. You had to go along the sidewalk. Made zero sense.
That is, dude, some yards out there, man, are wild.
I've got insight from the mowing expert over here.
Hey, what's he got?
You want to come over here and explain that to them?
Hey.
He doesn't want to. Okay. So he said if you continually mow in the same direction, it will lay. And then you won't get a clean cut. So it'll, whenever it sits back up, it'll be longer in certain areas because you mowed it in one continual direction.
So you're training it.
Yes, he says.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
See, I don't. Yes. Yeah. But so he had me every time I did it. I had to do it at so that's what he's saying. Because I had to go in the same direction every time. Every time I cut, which I only did it 3 times, and then I was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm not cutting his grass anymore." Because he would literally watch me, and that freaks me out when somebody just stares at you while you work. And he would just sit there and stare at me while I was cutting the grass.
So
and it was just every time, like I said, from we'll just say from the back porch to the shed, it was always that portion always had to be in the same direction every time.
So he says that's just your grandpa being anal. There's no rhyme or reason for that.
Okay. And that's what he was. Oh, it drove me nuts. Yeah, it was always just nope, this part of the yard you got to do at this angle, and it's God damn it! It's just let me cut the goddamn grass.
That's funny.
Because at that time I was 16, so I wanted to go to. Well, I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. I'm gonna say I wanted to go to my girlfriend's house, but I didn't really have one then. I probably wanted to just go home and nap, I guess. But still,
I mean,
awful.
Fuck mowing lawns, man.
Yeah. But like I said, went over to the neighbor's house. Mary didn't give a shit. She did not care how it was cut. Yeah. Very weird.
I mean, it sounds, I don't know. Sounds horrible. I would never have done that.
Yeah. Nah, like I said, when I cut my yard, it's just, I don't have a system. It's just whatever I feel like doing. Maybe this time I'll go this way. Maybe I'll go that way. I want the grass short. That's all I care about.
Right. I mean, that's what, yeah. It's like I said, I mow my grass as short as humanly fucking possible, and that works for me. But some people don't. Some people don't do that. My dad never did. Some people like their shit to be done a certain way, and and I don't know.
I think it's a generational thing. I think it's a generational gap thing.
Well, and that goes with the next part of this little discussion here is just landscaping in general. I don't see I get the appeal, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. It doesn't need to look.
You don't
every
care
year
what
we
your
would
bush looks like in the front.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. Obviously, I'm not going to let it get unruly, but I also don't really care. Mm-hmm. I would rather take the bush out.
Yeah. When we moved into our first house, they had 4 big bushes in the front. And it was, all the time you had to trim it or you had to level it and all that. And after a while, I was like, this is stupid. I'm like, I want to trim my bush. So not only did we trim the bush so short, I was just like, we've already trimmed it. Let's just scorch this motherfucker. Let's just go. Let's just start fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just would rather there be nothing there. I don't, I'm all for, a garden. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you're going to be intentional with what you're putting there, at least make it work for you.
Yeah.
If you're just going to be weird and be like, let's just put it here because it looks pretty.
Yeah.
No.
And mulching, it's like, do you want the mulch or do you want the stuff? We did mulch one year and never again. Mulch is the dumbest goddamn thing ever because it looks awesome when you first lay it. And then within a year, 2 years, it's all faded. And it's like, and then you got to scoop it all out to start fresh. I'm like, if we ever do this again, I'm doing stones.
It's an enormous waste of money, in my opinion. My parents did it for years. Somewhere along the lines, and I wish that I could pinpoint the switch that this happened, but sometime, let's say, like around the time of 9/11, my parents became excruciatingly patriotic, like to a degree where I was like, nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But the rest of the country was also excruciatingly patriotic during this time.
Oh, yeah.
But like where we live in Treasure Lake, it's not anything significant. Like it's not a place that gets a lot of traffic. It's not a place that, that people really give a fuck.
Right.
But I can remember that happening. We got, we got attacked by terrorists and yada, yada, yada. My parents were like, well, let's turn our whole lives around. They put up a flagpole. They put up a flag. They, put spotlights on the house. They put up a fence at the end of the driveway. They wrapped the fence in red, white, and blue rope lights, and they put American flags on our car, and just put on "God Bless America" bumper stickers, and you name it, dude.
That is,
you name it. My parents were like, "We're patriotic, and everyone's gonna know."
That was the closest I'm not to sidetrack, but that was the closest I ever came to joining the military. Right
really?
after then. Yeah. But
then
and
I'm not
as soon
saying
as I
there's
said
anything
that,
wrong with that shit.
Yeah. But then I was told by my mom and Autumn that they would break my legs before I got, they said, you're not joining the military. They knew I wouldn't be able to handle it because I'm a big puss. Or what did Charlie call me?
Bajingo toot?
Yeah. Yeah. But the very vulgar way to say it, which I'm sorry, Charlie, I'm not saying it. But yeah, it was super patriotic, and that was the most patriotic I think I ever was. And then I was like, I think I might join the military. And they're like, oh no, you're not. They're like, we will break your legs in the middle of the night, while you sleep. Like we will make sure you can't join.
I don't want anybody to get the wrong. I'm not slamming patriotism. Do what you're gonna do.
Yeah. But it was a little.
It was just excessive.
Oh man, the vehicles every like if your car did not have at least an American flag on coming out of the windshield or the windows or then you get side-eyed during that time. It was wild. Yeah,
I have no problem. And they have a flagpole, and if the country puts it at half mast, so do they.
Oh, okay, they follow the rules.
Yeah,
nice.
But then, and they did it for a long time, and then eventually, like just recently, they had a water issue in their yard. Now my mom told me the other day, she's like, we're getting rid of the flagpole. Said, okay, like whatever you want to do, I'm not going to tell you, but
fuck this country. No, it's not what I'm saying.
Well, I'll clip that at the beginning of the episode. On this week's episode,
fuck this country.
Man, we get listens. Holy fuck.
Yeah. I obviously do not mean that.
Anywho, that's basically what was my point in all? Oh yeah,
I interrupted you so many times. Oh yeah. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, mulch. Yeah, so during that era, my parents had also decided they were going to put red mulch every fucking where. And it was horrible, man. Like weeks we would spend mulching the yard, and it would look great for like a day. And this is pre-Facebook.
Oh yeah.
It's not like you could take a picture of it and be like, look at our cool ass yard. Mm-hmm. You just had to depend on people coming by and being like, hey, your yard looks cool. Otherwise, nobody gave a shit.
Yep.
And I would yell and bitch to my parents, like, no, who cares?
Yeah.
And they just didn't see it that way.
Yeah, that's where we lived before. It was called Elm Avenue. It was a dead end street. There was no This was one of those places that you lived that I was like it was like we were surrounded by old retired teachers. So we were like blending in with the old people. We were becoming 60, 70-year-olds at the age of, 25, 30 years old.
Right.
And it would be at, if it was 9:00 at night and a car was driving by, we would be staring out the window being like, who in the hell is driving down Elm Avenue at 9:00 at night? So who cares? That was the thing. Like, who cares what our front yard looks like? Like, I don't care if we've got what our bushes look like and what we've got landscaping wise. Like, nobody's going to see it.
Yeah, and just landscaping never appealed to me, and even now, like I as soon as I moved into this house, I was just like, I don't care about the bushes, I don't care about these stones, like I would just rip it all out. I want it to, I want, if I'm gonna put something in that looks nice, it's gonna be practical.
Right.
Like a big giant front deck.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Put it in there, make it look pretty. Because it's practical, makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend man hours and labor putting in stones in for what? Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Like in our house, you can't really, like, people aren't really paying attention to what our house looks like when you drive by because we're on the fast end of Turnpike. Our house kind of sneaks up on people. There's enough trees around. I don't think anybody really gives a hoot what our house looks like, but the very front, there's not a lot of sunlight goes there. So the grass doesn't really grow all that well there. So we've always talked about putting stones there. So it's funny because Bianca and I will be walking into work and she'll be like, I think every day we should just steal like one or two of these stones. And then eventually, by this time next year, we would have our whole front porch would be, or not porch, but whole front area would be landscaped with those stones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we might end up doing that just every day. Just grab one. You slowly steal one, and eventually we'll, of course I'm not going to do that, but
yeah, you get enough eventually.
Yeah. If I ever do anything anymore, it's going to be something that does not require yearly maintenance or anything like that.
Right.
So mulch looks fantastic at first. And then after that, it's just a huge pain in the dick.
And I remember maybe it was last year, somewhere around the last couple years, and I was doing, I was real into door dashing and whatnot. And I did, an order. It was from Instacart and it was real early in the morning. Someone had ordered like 75 bags of mulch.
Oh,
and I was like, why? Like, it was so expensive, man. I was like,
that would be awful. And then, like,
I took the order, but fuck, dude. Like, it was
and then in a year, maybe you might get what? Maybe you might get 2 years out of it. I don't know exactly how much you get out of it, but you don't get that long. And then when it starts to fade and it starts to look, kind of ratty. I mean, at our house, we didn't give a shit because by the time it started to really fade, that's when we were moving anyway. So I was like, how you are now with your house. I was just like, new guy can figure that shit out.
Yeah, I was like, this morning I was tearing out our garden beds and, just making it look better than it was, but then having 2 giant clumps of dirt. And I tore out my fire pit and things like that. And I was like, I'm going to take the dirt from the garden bed and put it where the fire pit was.
Yeah.
And then I saw my dad getting ready to leave and he's like, what are you doing? And I told him, and I was like, I wonder if I should go get a bale of hay and some grass seed. And he's like, oh, we can split the bale of hay. And I was like, you know what? No, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It'll eventually grow. I mean, it'll take a while, but
I put really nice garden dirt there. It's going to be fine. Like, I'm going to mow over it, aerate the yard. It'll be all right.
Now, have you asked Dan if you can put the fire pit at your place?
I did. Yeah, he's letting us take the fire pit and our garden beds.
Nice.
He has an area back there for the whatever. Oh my god, dude, yesterday. This is fucking bullshit. It's a little speaking of aesthetics.
Yeah.
I went over there yesterday. The only thing I did yesterday, it's why it irritates the shit out of me. I had to go over there because he's 70 years old and basically incapable of doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't drive, he doesn't do anything. So, and the people that live there before us, they fucking wrecked the place. So he's like asked me if I would come over and are you all right?
I was gonna. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I'm gonna interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Did you do the bed? Did you do the hospital bed?
Oh no! You know what? I fucking looked at it and was like, I almost called you with a FaceTime because I couldn't figure out how to do it. But then he called me today and told me that he was gonna get rid of it. So I was like, whatever. I'll just see what he does.
See, there's part I wish it wasn't
exactly what you had said. It wasn't exactly right.
Okay. Well, like I said, it was by a company named Drive, so the Drive beds might have been a little different.
Like I lifted up the mattress and I was like, I wonder where this rod is that he's speaking of, and the motor was like on the side, and I was like, this is weird. Like
the motor was on the side.
It was weird, yeah. It was
that is weird. Yeah, it should not be there. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, the ones that I'm thinking of aren't the ones that one did. Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You were awfully excited about the hospital. You're like, hell yeah, hospital bed.
But I was so excited when I explained it to you. Because it's just 20 years of my old job. I was able to,
put to use, yeah.
Yeah, like throw a lot of wisdom, and then here it turned out that none of it was right.
Well, I went in there with full confidence. Like I saw it and was like, oh yeah, I'm about to tear you a new one. And then I walked up there and I was like, nope. I just walked right out.
Son of a... See, and I wish this wasn't Falls Creek. I wish this was like somewhere close, and I'd just be like, all right, I'll meet you up there. I'll do it. I'll figure out. I'm gonna figure this out.
Well, going there. I'm going back there today. If it's still there, maybe I'll give it another shot. Or I'll take a picture of the insides of it, and you can at least mentally disassemble it in your head. But anyway, so I went there, and he's like, "Can you change the locks in all the doors?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, not a problem." Changing a doorknob is horrible.
Oh, it sucks. I've done it. I only did it one time in my life, and it sucked hard.
Yeah, it's not fun. There's nothing fun about it at all.
Yeah. And
sometimes you get ones that are just like, oh, that was simple.
Yeah.
Other times, I was there for 4 hours.
Damn.
And that's to change 3 doors. 3 doors, 3 deadbolts.
Yeah. No way. No way.
I did the first one like a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it. It took me about a half hour because I put the wrong side facing inside versus outside. I was like, oh shit, I got to swap them. It went on perfectly the first time.
Right.
And then I was like, all right. And then I had to swap them. But the second time it was a little harder. And then the second door, holy fuck, dude. Like I wish I could explain in the best way possible, but there was like, your normal doorknob, and then behind the doorknob, there was like a metal plate. And I was like, well, this is interesting. I've never seen a metal plate behind a doorknob before, but whatever. So I took off the doorknob, and then behind the doorknob was revealed that there was 3 holes behind this metal plate. So the plate was covering the other holes.
Oh.
So it's like, I don't know which hole I was supposed to put this in. So I started with the one on top because I was like, naturally, that seems like the right one. So I did that one, reassembled the entire thing. Goes on perfectly, like butter, the first time. And then I go to shut the door, and it doesn't. It's hitting the other doorknob to the storm door.
Jesus.
And I'm like, damn it. So then I got the bright idea where I'm like, well, I'll just swap the deadbolt and the doorknob. And I said, we'll just have to open the door, higher up, and then we'll just lock it in the bottom. No problem. So I do that. It goes on perfectly too. Like a fucking glove. And it's still something is hitting it. And I'm like, motherfucker. So Dan finally comes back in and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like showing him, and he's like, no, put it on the bottom one. And I'm like, all right, well, I go to put it on the bottom one, and it takes me 2 hours to try to hold the plate in place and to I don't even know why. I just did it twice.
Right.
2 hours it takes me to get this fucking thing to line up.
No way.
To get the door shut.
No way, man.
And then I finally got it, and I was like, hell yeah. And he's like, only one more. And I'm like, ugh. So I go to the front and I was like, all right. So I got to put the front one on there. And it doesn't take that long. It takes maybe a half hour.
Well, that's not bad. But still.
The problem is that by the time I got to that one, I was so over like taking out the old hardware and replacing it with new hardware that did the same shit.
Yeah.
So I tried the second time. I was like, all right, I'm just going to leave these. I'm going to leave the latch and I'm going to leave the deadbolt. And I'm just going to replace the outside hardware with the new keyhole. Because that was the whole point. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it at all.
Right.
Yeah. New keys. So I was like, all right, the deadbolt went on fine without a hitch. I went in there and I used the old hardware inside. So I saved myself a little bit of time there. But the doorknob, for absolutely no reason at all, just wouldn't fucking go. I had to replace the inside of that too. It's fucking annoying. I got it done.
That sucks.
So my entirety of free time yesterday was spent doing that. And then for the entire time that because I got up, I went straight over there.
Oh, okay.
Didn't hit the bathroom or nothing. So by the time I got over there, had a cup of coffee, my bowels were eating me alive.
Ew.
And I was like, no. And like, I mean, there's toilets there, but there's the people that were there before us were atrocious human beings. So I was like, I'm not about to put my genitals anywhere near these toilet seats. So I didn't want to shit there or anything. I was like, whatever. So I just continued doing what I was doing, sweating fucking bullets the entire time.
Sweating, having to poo.
Oh, it's horrible, man.
Oh, that sounds like just absolute torture.
So by the time I got home last night, I was literally shackled to the bathroom for the rest of the night.
Well, yeah, and there was no bidet there either. So you would actually had to have wiped your ass.
Yeah.
Like a savage.
There was toilet paper there, though, and I can't even tell you how much I can sit. I stared at it, and I was like, "Do I do this right now?" Like
I would have.
I was like, I almost did, but I luckily it was at the moment where I was like, "Well, I gotta go anyway," because I had to go pick up my daughters. Yeah. So I was just like, "I'll just go. Maybe my gallivanting through town won't be that bad." So then I go get in the car, and I was like, "All right." Reassessing the situation, putting Wesley in the car, and I look around and I'm like, my car is full and I have to go pick up my daughters. So guess what? Off to the storage locker I go to unload my car and then pick up my girls. And then we went home.
Oh, so you're making my GI tract hurt just thinking that you had to poo and you waited hours to do it. Like I mean, I guess maybe when I was your age, I could have done that. But now when that hits me, it's like, because we've said this many times about me in public pooping that I could never do it. And now I do not care. I will do it and I will do it proudly.
I mean,
I'm still not happy about it and I'm still picky about where I do it.
I mean, there are times at work where I go and I'm like, I won't go for hours because I just don't want to do it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just always go into the one in the lobby.
I've done that too, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That one's awesome. It's very nice and long. It's like a long
best.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't go into. Are they ever going to fix the one in that warehouse? I feel like that's like a prank just waiting to, you're going to sit down and you're going to fall because the seat is so loose.
Oh, I tighten it all the time.
And it's always just ridiculously loose. I feel like if I ever have to use that, I'm just going to hover. I'm not going to actually sit.
I tighten it all the time. Like I walk in there with a pair of gloves on with the intent. I do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because you're going to tightening that fucking seat.
Yeah. It's just always like, I don't think I've ever seen it tight. And I've always been like, I am not pooing in this one.
Well,
I'm always afraid that one of the firm guys are going to come in anyway, that I forget that I'm going to lock and they open up the door. Like Johnny Rhodes is going to open the door and see me, squatting over top. And
literally every time I open that door, I feel like someone's going to be on the other side.
Yeah. I slowly walk. It's so weird because I'll open the first door, then I'll like tippy toe to the second door. And then I very lightly jiggle the handle because if I don't want to give somebody get them all poo shy or something.
Oh, I'll walk in there with the intent of going in there. And I will slam my hand on that handle.
Oh, see, I don't.
If it doesn't open, I feel so bad.
Yeah, that's why I lightly jiggle it. because it's just a very light little. I'm like, okay, I know relatively early, and now that's what I'm hoping. I go light enough that they don't think. And if it is locked, then I'll hurry up and I'll go inside the shipping office and pretend I'm like making a copy, so that if somebody comes out, they'll be like, "Oh, that's just Mitch. He was in here making a copy of something."
Fair
It's
enough.
so weird. It's so weird. All right, Jesus Christ. So
we're basically done here. I don't know.
yeah.
We're just
But
chatting.
did you? Okay, so you can do the fire pit. Now, when he said you
Yes.
could do it, did you go, "Thanks, Dan"? Have
I
you done
haven't
it
said
yet?
that. I haven't
You
done
need to
the
do it.
Pascal Dupuis yet.
Pascal Dupuis to Dan
Amanda,
Potes.
do you know about this? I'm such a new Penguins fan that Mitch told me about this, but you and Joe ought to know about the Pascal Dupuis.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, his interviews between
yeah.
periods. Thanks,
Yes,
Dan.
thanks, Dan. Yeah.
Yep.
That was the only time I would ever watch intermission, when they would say, "We're going to interview Pascal, Dan Potash will interview Pascal Dupuis." And I'm like, nope, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch it, because they would do it. And I showed Deej, what was it, just a couple months ago?
Oh, so
There's
funny.
a YouTube video of just like, 10 or 11 of them. There's "Thanks, Dan."
I met Potash.
Did you? He seems like a nice guy.
He's really nice. We went to a practice that year. They had the lockout.
Okay.
And it just came on, and we went to a practice and took Kenzie. She was wee little, like 2, and ran into him in the hallway. I think we were looking for the bathroom or something, and we were like, "Oh my God, Dan Potash!" And we got a picture with him.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you thank him?
Oh, I didn't even think to. I don't know if they were doing it at that point. I don't know if he was doing it yet.
I feel like he was, because how old? Because your daughter's like roughly the same age as Izzy, right?
Yeah, she just turned 15.
Just turned 15. Okay, and Izzy's gonna just turn 16. And I feel like it was when Izzy was really little. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it might not have been. It might have
been a year or 2 after that.
Yeah, but see, if I ever met Dan Potash, it would be an hour after he left. I'd be like, "Oh my God, I should have done thanks, Dan."
See, I mean, I know that this guy, like I said, he's older. I know he wouldn't give a shit he wouldn't even he wouldn't even question it. It would just be for me.
Yeah.
I think about it every time.
Just do it as you're walking away.
Got another celeb story connected to Penguins for you guys.
Ooh, I love it.
Joe just remembered. He said he took a leak next to Jeff Jimerson one time. He's the guy that sings the national anthem.
Oh, Jeff Jimmer. Oh, I didn't know that was his name.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Did he try to shake his hand?
Did you? No.
That's funny.
They shook together, he said.
You should
my only experience.
I always ask people in the bathroom how's the water.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I had one guy swear at me because I didn't flush right. It was at Yankee Stadium. It was like, I shit you not, man, no pun intended. It was like 100 degrees that day. It was so freaking hot. And I was getting like borderline heat stroke. So I started to get sick. And I went in, this was the old Yankee Stadium. So it was a dump. So I went in, took a heat stroke shit, which was very, just gross. And I thought I flushed it, but evidently I didn't. So I walk out of the stall, guy walks in, and I heard, "Oh, that's just great." And I was like, "Sorry." He's like, "Learn how to fucking flush." And I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm sorry. So that was one of my only experiences in a no celebrities.
Wait, Amanda, which is the clip? This one right now?
Yeah. Right now we're talking about that's just great.
All right.
I thought I flushed.
What?
I got with the last, what was the last clip? God, it was so funny. I edited out this is 2 episodes ago where I edited out. I edited out what the fuck was that?
What the hell was that? Scared the hell out of me.
What?
Whew.
I don't know.
There's a really loud like squeak noise or something.
It's Tony. He's invading.
Oh no.
Where is he? Squeak of the week. Anyway, I edited out my voice from that clip, and it's just you saying, "I love juicy poops."
What? Why did I say that? I said I love juicy poops.
Yeah.
Do I love the term of it?
I don't know. I don't remember. You were saying something about it. You're just like, I love juicy poops. And that's all it says.
That's weird.
I forget what
maybe I talked about
last week's was.
Because that was because juicy poops is a Bob's Burger term.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep.
So it must have been what we were talking about.
Taco Bell and the diarrhea and
okay.
That's what
juicy
it was.
Pooping. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good talk. Yeah, it had to have been what it was. I don't know. That was so long ago.
I love the ability of being able to clip out just your voice if I need to clip. It cracks me
I don't know. I don't know if I do or not.
It's great.
I say enough dumb things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, we're running extra long, so we might as well call her.
Well, and Amanda, we're very sorry. We did not really even read any of your articles. But I did when I went through the Garden Illustrated. It did talk about old Eddie Budding.
Oh, we got two more things here that she added, so we should.
Oh,
what's mud wrestling? What's up with this?
Oh, okay. So I did a Google search for weird stuff we do in the summertime, like weird traditions and stuff. And the first thing that came up was the Ox Hill Community Fair, which is pretty close to me. It's down in Indiana County.
Okay.
They're just like a little tiny agricultural fair. They're introducing mud wrestling this year for their 90th anniversary. So then I kind of was like, all right, what's the history of why we have county fairs and stuff?
Oh.
So that's what like a weird summer thing that we do. Like, why do we have county fairs? But then also we have mud wrestling at Ox Hill Fair this year.
Nice. Oh, and it's even got, so we got, there's women, men, tag team women, and tag team men.
Damn.
Holy shit. First place, $100. Second place, 75.
Apparently they've had it before.
Really?
So they switched locations. The reason it's called Ox Hill is it used to be on a hillside on somebody's property. And just within the last couple of years, they had to move locations, kept the name, but it's, down the road a little ways. But apparently at the old location, they did have mud wrestling, Joe says. And they're bringing it back this year for their 90th anniversary.
Oh my God. That would be awesome.
Yeah. If you're in Western Pennsylvania on Labor Day week, to mud wrestling at the Tiny Ox Hill Fair.
Yeah, there it is, Mahoning Road. Oh, okay. I have an idea as to where this is. Like very, very little idea.
It's on
wasn't
Route
there a
210.
Mahoning? Yeah, there's oh man. Okay, I don't know. I feel like there was something that happened on a Mahoning Road at one point that I feel like why that sounds familiar.
Or you're thinking of the Mahoning Creek.
Am I?
Or Mahoning Dam.
Mahoning Creek, whenever the body got chopped up.
Oh yeah, there was a body that got chopped up and left next to the Mahoning Creek here right outside of Punxsy.
Oh my God, maybe that was it.
Or something like that, like 10 years ago.
Okay. I feel, because when I keep seeing this Mahoning, that's really ringing a bell for some reason, but I don't really ever go down that direction.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mahoning things in the Punxsy area.
Wow,
that's off of Route 210. Huh. So if you take 210 right out of Punxsutawney toward, like, you're going the back way to Pittsburgh, like toward Kittanning, it's
okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. The origin, the American fairs and exhibitions. It still pisses me off that Clearfield County Fair has changed their dates. Because we used to always plan our vacations for when the fair would be in town. Because of where we live, you've got people coming down the mountain, flying right past our house, and traffic just blows around here. So now they've changed the dates. They changed the length of it and everything. It really pisses me off.
They did the same thing. The Sykesville Fair is a different time. It's like earlier now. And I'm like, I used to depend on it being later in the season.
Yeah. And see, that's what I think with the Clearfield County Fair changing when they did it, it changed. Everybody changed their dates. Like all this. I don't know if maybe Sykesville changed it because of Clearfield, or had they changed? Did they change it a while ago?
I don't know.
Or is it fair?
No, it's recently.
Yeah, okay. I bet you that's because this is only this is year 2 of the county fair being like 9 days now and in the middle of July. It used to always be last week of July, first week of August, like that week. and now they jumped it up 2 weeks because something about the I
It
don't
had to
know
do with
the
their carnival.
yeah,
They
the
overlap
carnival
my
people.
fair, so
Yeah.
we do a little bit of competition for fair goers and
Okay.
or livestock sale and stuff. But yeah,
Oh,
it had to do with their contract with their carnival,
yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like one of those, I guess they pretty much had no choice. The way that
Right.
the fair board said it. They were pretty much it was either change it or they weren't going to be able to do it at all or something wild like that.
They
I mean,
wouldn't have had a carnival at all.
and I mean, I don't go down there anyway, so I don't care, but still, we like to work our vacations around it, but now we're not going to be able to. I guess we still no, I don't think we can. Because I think we're going, like I said, into July. I think we're going to Rehoboth. Wow, got really quiet. You still there, Deej?
I'm
You
here.
still
Yeah,
there, D Ferroni?
I'm trying to get a quick summary of this article about fairs and yada yada. But basically, the gist of it is that fairs and county fairs have ancient roots dating back to at least 500 BC, with references in the Bible linking them to trade commerce and religious gatherings in places like Tyre, Nineveh and Athens. And the term fair likely derives from the Latin feria, which means holy day, reflecting the blend of spiritual observance and commerce. Temples often served as focal points in these early markets. During the Christian era, do you say era or era?
Oh, you got to say era.
Era?
Era.
I like era.
You would.
During the Christian era. It sounds.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Maybe I do say era. I don't know. Now I'm overthinking it. Era. No, I say era. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
During the Christian
I think the name of this episode should be Go Ahead, I'm Sorry. I think I've said this like 7 times. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to call it I'm concerned for the concerns. Concerned for all the concerns.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
During the Christian era, the church supported fair. Why would all right, hold on. I feel like I'm talking like Coneheads.
Yeah, you kind of did sound a little Beldar Conehead there.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd. The church supported fairs.
Like at the church, it supported the fairs.
Using them to generate revenue. Do you say revenue or I'm kidding. As fairs evolved in.
Hey, have you ever had
Europe.
Icebreaker's gum? What do you think of Hoobastank?
Oh man,
Amanda. So that was over the weekend, just right out of the blue for no reason. We would just be talking about something, and then all of a sudden, it'd be like a moment of like quick silence, and Deej would be like, "What do you think of Hoobastank?" It's like, what? Like we're not even talking music. Like what the hell?
I don't know.
And then another time we were just talking like it was just something on TV, and you're like Icebreaker's gum. They're like, what the? Like, where are you coming up with this? So that's where Hoobastank and Icebreaker's gum. That's why I said what I said.
I like it. Yeah. So yeah, we're just trying to get to the end of this quick thing here.
We're never going to.
They grew into multifaceted events combining trade, competition, and entertainment. Precursors to modern fairs. In North America, the first fair was held in 1765.
Oh,
That's ages. That's in the days of yore.
That would be the days of yore.
Windsor, Nova Scotia. That's not America. Oh, that's North America. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay. And similar events emerged in early Canada and American colonies.
Canada.
That's
why I'm going to interrupt you again. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No. Michael Scott, there's an episode of The Office where he's saying about he's going to go to a foreign land. And he's like, I'm going to go to Canada. Then, of course, Jim's like, where? He's like, Canada. Like,
have you ever watched Drake and Josh?
No.
Okay,
well, I know who they are, but I don't know.
There's an episode early on where they're like getting. I feel like I brought this up before, but they're trying to make like a chili, and they get this like really rare pepper, And they're like, and Drake's like, where the fuck? Where he goes, where are we gonna get this pepper? It says it's only grown in South America. Oh, it's so funny.
Hey, I did see a funny Drake and Josh where there was a UPS guy dropped off a package, and I think it was Josh. He gets the package and he's like, "Oh, thanks." He's like, "Have a good day." And the UPS driver looks at him and goes, "Don't tell me what to do."
Don't tell me what. Yeah, it reminds me of you. Every time you say that, I think of that moment.
Don't tell me what to do. I love that. That kills me.
Drake and Josh is underrated.
Is it underrated?
Oh, I love it. It's one of my. It's like that era of Nickelodeon that was like I was getting too old for.
Mm-hmm.
But Drake and Josh remained as like it was hilarious, and then the Nickelodeon got really dumb after that show was done.
I think this was after Drake and Josh. I liked Sam and Cat. It had Ariana Grande was in it.
Oh yeah, no, that was way beyond.
Yeah, because this was when Izzy was rather young. It would I don't remember what the blonde hair girls was. I think she was in iCarly, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was a damn funny show.
It was Drake and Josh and iCarly, and then Sam and Cat came out after, and I was just not couldn't do it. Anyway, today fairs in North America are about 2,000 annually and beyond continue to celebrate agriculture, community, and education. They feature competitions, industrial exhibits, and youth programs like 4-H and FFA. Shout out 4-H. That's where man is at.
There you go.
While serving as a lively cultural events to the public. So there is the history of mowing lawns, fairs, and many other useless things that came out of
landscaping.
Landscaping.
Yeah, do it in the order. Mawn lowing, lawn mowing.
Wow.
Landscaping, and then
Mawn Lowing.
Shut up. And then then we had mac and cheese talk.
Oh my god.
Pooping and whatever hell else we talked about.
Damn, man. That's the first time we got to the end of the episode before a fucking episode title hit me.
It's not gonna be Mawn.
It's Mawn Lowing, 100%.
Fuck you. God damn it.
I was going to call it Concern for All the Concerns, but Mawn Lowing wins.
Oh, yeah. Bobby Blankenship. Can't forget about Bob and his wife, Deb.
And Tartar.
That just swallowed things whole.
Damn.
I have a hard time with Tartar. I'm having a real hard time with that guy.
He probably, maybe I think it's Tarar, but maybe like that's why they call it.
Or Tarar. Yeah, not Tartar.
Tartar is like raw meat.
Yeah. So. I always thought when people said tartar that it was made with made with tartar sauce. That's why they called it tartar. I was like, oh, well, they just put tartar sauce on it. That's how you pronounced it.
That's weird.
It's tartar.
Steak with tartar sauce on it. Steak
tartar. Yeah. I didn't know. I don't know what the fuck any of that stuff is.
It always reminds me of when I don't know why this is ingrained in my head forever, and we're gonna end the show here, but that episode of SpongeBob when he's like when Pearl turns the Krabby Patty into like a hip establishment, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when he talks about a salad.
Yeah. And he's like, what a Davy Jones locker is a salad. Anyway, he's just like, I gotta be hip, I gotta be happening. So he just makes 2 Krabby Patties and he goes, here we are, 2 salads.
Yeah.
And he drops them off and she's like, remove the bun, the patty, and the condiments. And I'm just like, oh my god, what a weird fucking part. But I say that all the time. Yeah. Anytime anybody ever says salad, that's what I think in my head.
We do it all the time here.
2 salads.
Yep, we do it all the time here because if they order something, I shouldn't say all the time, but like if she ever orders, like if we get from Sid's or something, she'll be like, I'm going to get a chicken salad. I'm like, you're going to get a chicken salad? I still love the part when somebody calls him and he's like, who is this? He's like, Joe who? It's like, Joe Mama. I don't remember the the context of the episode. I just remember somebody called him and he's like, Joe Mama.
This is on SpongeBob?
Yeah, it was a SpongeBob episode. It was somebody like prank calling him.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, it was funny.
Sounds like a new one.
No, it was a very old one.
Really?
Yep. She's like, who is this? If you Google it, maybe it pops up. I don't know.
Well, I'll find it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should probably call it. We're getting up there. We've gone many episodes where it hasn't been this long. So,
right here in the SpongeBob SquarePants episode, "The Sponge Who Could Fly," a character named Joe Mama calls SpongeBob, parodying Yo Mama jokes. Oh wow! The episode is the 19th. Of season 3. So it's season 3. Yeah,
that's still pretty, old. It's an old episode.
There it is. Okay, I'm not gonna. Yeah. If you just YouTube, just say SpongeBob and Joe Mama, then it'll pop up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this was a weird ass episode.
They're all weird.
Well, they are weird, but like I said, I feel bad because Amanda did all that work and we hardly even went through the work that she did. I mean, we did, but we didn't, if that makes sense.
We hit them. A lot of them I was perusing as we go through it to make sure we weren't missing things. But yeah, basically that's the gist.
Yeah.
I didn't do that much work. Oh man. That's funny. By the way, whatever efforts you went through last night to post the episode early failed remarkably because I had to repost it at 5:30 this morning. Yeah, whatever. I noticed that it wasn't up and I was like, that's weird. So I checked, it was still under draft. So
it was probably like 10 o'clock that I finally got around to finishing the description because I had it started and then I went back in to finish it and my app crashed. So I had to re-log in and all that stuff, and everything that I had done was gone, so I had to retype everything up. So it was like 10 o'clock by the time I got to it anyway. So they wouldn't have got it that much earlier anyhow.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm going to end this. My dad's calling me.
Uh-oh. All right.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks for listening to Ineffably Sublime Podcast, produced by Amanda Knauf in beautiful northeastern Pennsylvania.